freedom family, freedom lovers, and freedom fighters. It's your boy, Tyrus Bane, a.k.a. The Definition, a.k.a. Snapzilla Gorilla. Coming at y'all with this quick live stream as I make my way to the park. Hold on. Shit, I gotta close my garage. I'm making my way to the park to do my drills there before then I'm gonna go home and do my heavy bag drills so that I don't wake my wife up. Because our bedroom is right above the garage. So when I hit that heavy bag, you can hear that shit, upstairs. But I gotta go back and close the garage door. Anyway, how y'all doing this morning? I know it's mad early for some of you, so oh shit, I did close it. Never mind, I'm tripping. So, very interesting news this morning. Very interesting news. Now, I've touched on this Iran-Israel thing quite a few times, and I knew it was only a matter of time before Israel launched direct attacks against Iran, okay? I knew it was only a matter of time. I knew it was gonna happen. Excuse me. Because I saw the writing on the wall when they blamed Iran for, the conflict in Lebanon, right? They said that Iran was supplying the Houthi rebels with drones and, weapons and all this shit and funding to attack Israel. And I said, okay, though they have not shown, and as far as I've seen, any solid proof that Iran is involved. But, they want Iran to be involved, so they're going to make sure they're involved. All right? So, apparently, Israel, I think it was last night, with the time difference between here and the Middle East, who knows when it was. It was probably, there's multiple hours ahead of us. So, it could have been Friday. It could have been yesterday. But apparently, it could have been earlier today. Okay. Good morning. But it's very, very evident now that Iran has launched a direct attack. Israel has launched a direct attack against Iran. All right. They launched some ballistic missiles that struck military bases in West Iran, or Western Iran. Now, Iran is saying that there was minimal damage, and I believe them. What I think happened was Israel wanted to poke the bear, all right? Israel wanted to poke the bear. Mind Man Samusa was good. Justly Brennan Jenner Jr. I can't really read your name right now. So, yes, Grand Rising, Mind Man Samusa. So, Iran is saying that there was minimal damage to their to the military assets that Israel struck, and Israel, I believe, is poking the bear. All right, they want Iran to directly attack Israel because they want to initiate World War III, which we will be dragged into that. Now there is a direct hot conflict between Israel and Iran, like I said there was going to be. I said they were going to find a way, and they found a way, y'all. They found a way. So now we're about to be involved in probably the most devastating war in our lifetime. If you're my age, there have been several wars during my lifetime. This will be probably the worst. It'll involve so many different countries. It'll be World War III. Now, I don't want to be a nihilist. I don't want to be, negative Negro, but I am just being real with y'all. I'm being real with y'all. These are the things that we talked about when I was in the military. You know what the plan is. The plan is for Israel to drag the United States in a war that will involve many countries that, and the outcome that they want is to devastate the enemy so that they can take over their land, take over their resources. That is the goal. Because let's face it, the United States and Israel, because Israel's economy is directly tied to the United States economy, the only way we can have a strong dollar and have the power and influence we have is to level as many countries as we can and take over their resources. All right. We need resources. OPEC is trying to freeze us out and eliminate the petrodollar, right? Oh no, I need the longer field because I got to do my 100-meter sprints. So I don't think this is going to cut it. I need to go to the other side. Anyway, so we need the resources. Understand that the United States dollar is not backed by anything. And the only thing that kept it valuable, other than our belief of its value and the world belief of its value, is the fact that it was a world exchange currency because of OPEC, right? The petrodollar. If you want to buy oil from OPEC, you had to use US dollars. You had to convert your money into US dollars in order to purchase oil from these countries. Well, OPEC is trying to freeze us out. They are aligning with Russia and China to get us out of there, and they're trying to strengthen the Chinese yen, right? I don't know how OPEC was convinced by China to do this, because China is all that China's going to do is what they do everywhere. They're going to take over, right? Like they're doing in Africa. They're going to invest, and they're going to make the leaders of these countries very rich. And I don't understand it, because Saudi Arabia is probably one of the richest nations in the world. They don't really need China. But what I believe is they are fed up with being strong-armed by the United States, and they feel like China, if they have China on their side, then they can just freeze us out. And hopefully nothing comes of it that would bring violence to their country. But here's the bottom line. Because of this, we're desperate. And when I say we, I'm talking about our government. Because unfortunately, as much as we would like to separate ourselves from the actions of this country, of our government, as 61 degrees already, goddamn. As much as we would like to separate ourselves from the actions of our government, we are responsible for the actions of our government. There is no getting around that. We give them the power. We consent to be governed. We tell them to, we give them the power. The power that our government receives they get from us, right? We continue to vote. We continue to pay taxes. We continue to contribute to the system. And this system will continue to do what it wants to do. World domination, all this other shit, right? Very simple, pinky in the brain type shit. It's very simple. Crew Stewart says, how will that affect your presidential race? Well, they're going to want a strong leader. They're going to want, we're going to want a strong leader. We're going to want what we consider to be a strong leader to handle the coming conflict the best. So that is what's going to affect it. So this news about Israel attacking Iran is definitely going to dictate, right, outwardly, how people are going to vote. They're going to want a strong leader. Sam Seals was good. Salute from West Australia by way of East Oakland. That's what's up. Crew Stewart, excuse me, my manners. Good morning. You good? Justy Brown Jr. said, I'm a bit crazy. Am I? Am I? What am I crazy about? Israel attacked Iran. They launched ballistic missiles at military targets. These are facts. Now here's the interesting thing for me. If you look at the title of my live stream, you'll see that it says retaliatory in quotes, right? You'll see that I put retaliatory strikes in quotes. And the reason I did that is because Israel said that it was a retaliatory strike, right? Now, the prime minister of Iran is saying that this was a war crime, right? Even though they're saying that the devastation was minimal. The reason I put retaliatory in air quotes or in quotes is because I could not find anything. I could not find anything that showed that Iran attacked Israel first. I didn't see anything. I'm talking about direct attacks. I'm not talking about the whole alleged proxy bullshit. I'm talking about when I looked, I could not find anywhere that says Iran attacks Israel, whether it be with missile strikes, with paratroopers. I didn't see anything. Now, I'm going to do this right now. Maybe it changed since I started this live stream, but right before I started the live stream, I searched for anything that showed Iran attacking Israel without it saying that Israel attacked Iran. So when I look up Iran attacks Israel, what pops up is Israel attacking Iran in retaliation. And I feel like if Iran really did attack Israel first, they would have shouted that out from the mountaintops. That would have been one of the first things that they did before they retaliated. I believe. We would see that. It would be breaking news. If Iran attacked Israel directly, you would see that. I didn't see it. When I look it up, it says Israel attacks Iran. That's what happens. So I'm going to use my other phone here, and I'm going to put Iran attacks Israel directly. Let's see. Oh, well, no. See, here we go. I want y'all to see what that says. Iran attacks Israel directly. And what do you see under that? Israel strikes Iran in high-stakes retaliation. Latest update. Israel has completed its strikes against Iran. Where does it say? I don't see anything that says Iran attacks Israel. No article. Reuters, right? Reuters did an article on this. Israel hits Iran's military sites. Hezbollah attacks Israeli soldiers. Okay, so maybe this is Al Jazeera. All right. Israel army has carried out strikes on military targets in Iran in response to what it said were months of attacks. See, now you get down to the thick of it. Now we're getting down to the skinny. Joe's Corner says, if Jesus has Israel backs, who can be against him? Pro-Iran will get you labeled the devil's tongue. I'm not pro any of this bullshit. What are you talking about? What I'm saying is Israel attacked Iran directly. And they're saying it's retaliatory. But there's no evidence that Iran directly attacked Israel. When did that happen? 11 Evans says war is when government tells you who the enemy is. Revolution is when you decide that for yourself. Bada boom, bada bing, 11 Evan. You nail right on the head. Iran attacked 2 times this year, Cheyenne Ahmadi says. I don't see any evidence of that. I haven't seen that. I have never seen any article that said Iran. You're saying Iran directly attacked Israel? When did that happen? 2 times? All right. I'm in Al Jazeera right now. And now they're saying that Iran military says 2 soldiers were killed in Israeli strikes. There were 3 locations in Elam, Khuzestan, and Tehran. All right. Now, Israeli army has carried out strikes on military targets in Iran in response to what it said were months of attacks by Iran and its proxies. When did Iran directly attack Israel? Let me tell y'all something. If Iran had been attacking Israel directly for 2 months, why are they just now retaliating? Why not? As soon as they realized that Iran attacked them, why did they not directly retaliate before? I did check it out. See, this is what Israel is telling you. Israel is saying that Iran is using proxies to attack them. That's what they're saying. And then they're telling us that Iran... See, this is what happened. When the people from Gaza, Palestine, what is it, fuckers? When that group attacked Israel directly, when they parachuted in and carried out these attacks and kidnapped all these people from Israel, do you think Israel waited months and months and months to directly attack those guys, to attack those Palestinian group? I forgot what it's called. No, they did it immediately. It was an immediate retaliation. All right. They had been going back and forth with Lebanon and their Houthi rebels and all this other type of shit. When did Iran directly attack Israel? That's what I want to know. All right, so let me look that up. When did Iran attack Israel? Okay, I'm looking. It's just talking about Israel attacking. Right? Okay, let's look at this. New York Times. Why did Israel attack Iran? This is probably a fucking paywall. See, this is what it says. All right, so why did Israel attack Iran? Okay, the 2 countries have been fighting in a shadow war for years. A shadow war? It don't say nothing about nothing 2 weeks ago. A shadow war for 2 years. You know what that means? That means a proxy war. That means that I'm not talking about proxy wars, y'all. Right? I'm not talking about proxy wars. Now their conflict has burst into the open. Into the open. That means that they're saying, oh, now there's direct attacks. And this is titled, this was published on October 25th and updated this morning. Israel carried out, now from New York Times, all right? Israel carried out a series of airstrikes against Iran on Saturday. When have we seen any headline that said Iran has carried out airstrikes against Israel? Where's that at? You know what? Cheyenne, if you still in here, put a 1 in the chat. 11 Evan War, a massacre of people who don't know each other for the profit of people who know each other but don't massacre each other. 11 Evan, man, listen, I got to give you a wrench, bro. I got to give you a wrench. That's a good one. You've been here a couple times. I'm gonna give you a wrench, bro. That's good. You're on the right track. You know, the way you phrasing shit, you the pimp of truth. All right. Now, if I can see something that says that Iran directly attacked Israel first, you know, I can admit that I'm wrong or that I didn't know. And now I do know. But please hit the like button, though, y'all. Hit the like button and hit the downvote button. Doesn't matter. All right. The strike seen and heard by residents in the capital of Tehran came weeks after Iran fired waves of ballistic missiles at Israel. Okay. Forcing millions of Israelis to take cover in bomb shelters. Iran said its attack early this month was in retaliation for Israelis killing of an Iranian commander and several leaders of Iranian-backed groups in the region. All right, so now it's saying that Israel's killing of an Iranian commander. Okay, so they did attack Israel directly, but that was after they killed one of Iran's commanders. So again, who's retaliating? The recent exchanges of air attacks by Israel and Iran have ruptured their long-standing practice of avoiding direct military clashes. Here's a look at everything we need to know. All right, what happened? The Israeli military said in a statement at 2:30 a.m. on Saturday that it was conducting precise strikes on military targets in Iran, saying it was acting in response to more than a year of attacks by Iran on Israel by Iran and its allies from across the Middle East. It was a rare acknowledgement of Israeli military attack activity on Iranian territory. So they're saying more than a year of attacks on Israel by Iran and its allies across the Middle East. Across the Middle East? During the exchange of airstrikes in April, Israel waited only 5 days to respond to Iranian attack, similar to Tehran's October 1st missile barrage. Interesting. So, so they have been directly exchanging for a while. This is very interesting. Let me see this. 5 days. All right. Damn, these damn paywalls, man. So they're saying that how have Israel and Iran arrived at this point? For decades, Iran and Israel engaged in what amounted to a shadow war. Again, with the shadow war shit. See, this is what I'm talking about. Sunshine was good. This is what I'm talking about. This shadow war bullshit. In April, Iran launched a barrage of missiles and drones at Israel in its first direct attack against the country, in retaliation for an Israeli strike on an Israeli embassy compound in Syria's capital. Okay, so you see that? The further you peel back the layers, the more you discover shit. So Iran directly attacked Israel, right, in retaliation for an Israeli strike on an Iranian embassy compound. So Israel attacked Iran first. That's the bottom line. So how is it retaliation if Iran launches a strike after you strike against them, and then you strike back and you say it's retaliation, but you were the first to commence a direct attack against Iran? Again, that's why I put retaliation in air quotes. You can't attack a U.S. embassy because the U.S. embassy is considered, right, U.S. territory, right? So like if you go to a different country and if you go to a country and these countries have multiple embassies, that embassy is considered part of that country. That's why if you have issues in that country, you can go to your embassy and you're under the rules of that country. You directly attacked Iran at their embassy. So why would you not expect Iran to attack? See, this is what I'm talking about. If Israel attacked Iran directly with what they say is retaliation, this is the first time Israel actually attacked Iran directly in their country, aside from the embassy, right? So again, Israel is trying to kick off, in my opinion, Israel is trying to kick off. They trying to get some shit started. I got to be very careful about how I phrase shit, because they like to control the narrative. And so while I may have because this is such a big deal, because Israel just now attacked Iran, the country, directly. And this is, so they attacked the Iranian embassy in April, right? And then Iran launched a barrage of missiles and drones at Israel. Okay? If they had not hit that embassy and Iran just decided, we just gonna launch some missiles against Israel, at Israel directly, the country, then Israel would not hesitate to immediately attack Iran. But they waited months and months. Now, they're talking about this shadow war between Iran and Israel that's been going on for decades. This is how they justify escalating and fomenting war. They talk about these decades and decades of this and that and this building and all that shit. When we are, right, when the United States, when they have any interest in something that's going on in any other country, they will escalate. I got to be very careful about how I frame shit. All right. And that's what we have been doing with Israel for decades and decades. We have been giving them billions and billions of dollars, hundreds of billions of dollars. We've given them over $100 billion every year. All right. This gives Israel the ability to push its weight around in the Middle East as they try to expand. All right. So Israel attacks Iran directly first because they feel that Iran has been, they feel Iran has been using Hamas and Hezbollah and all these, Hezbollah is part of Israel, Iran. So they feel like Iran has been using Hamas as a proxy, have been using Lebanon as a proxy to attack Israel and all this other shit, when they have no real evidence of that. This is like saying that Russia believes that the United States is using Ukraine as a proxy, or maybe NATO. NATO is using Ukraine as a proxy to cause problems with Russia, even though Russia did invade. They did invade Ukraine. So, see, all this shit is great for business. That's the bottom line to it. All this is great for business. And the people in their ivory tower, they don't have to worry about nothing because they feel like they're untouchable. They feel like, okay, well, we'll just send your sons and daughters, right? If this shit really kicks off and World War III gets started, they can just send your sons and daughters to fight the war while they sit back and collect the dollars with these defense contracts, right? All that shit. The defense contracts, these defense contracts are gonna get mad bread, right? These security contractors, you know what I'm saying? They're gonna be all up over and through there. Listen, what I'm saying is, if Israel believed that Iran directly attacked them for no fucking reason. They would not have waited months for shit to build and to create, to push this narrative that Iran, they're really, 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 they are absolutely involved with the attacks against Israel by these other countries. And so they had to let the shit build. They had to let the pressure build, and they had to let shit escalate. They had, you know what I'm saying? Now, they have directly attacked Iran. And that's why this is such big news. This is why this is such a big deal. Because I do remember Iran or Israel attacking and killing an Iranian commander. That's a big fucking deal, right? Sunshine says, imagine if those billions were put into the people who need help right here on our own soil. Yeah, exactly. But we can't imagine that because that would be retarded, right? Broadcast their regularly scheduled programming. Yes, by hearing, bye. And good morning to you. So, there we have it, y'all. Israel has directly attacked Iran in retaliation for Iran retaliating for Israel launching an attack against their embassy in Lebanon. Right? Israel attacks their embassy. Iran launches. This is what happened. Iran immediately attacked Israel. And now I'm starting to remember. Because they were called out. Israel was called out for striking Iran's embassy. And so when Iran attacked Israel directly with that missile launch and drone launch, they really couldn't do nothing, right? They really didn't have, because they weren't getting the backing they wanted. So now that they let the pressure build for months and months and months, they went ahead and launched a strike against Iran, hoping that people would forget that they fucking struck the Iranian embassy first. And now they're calling it retaliation. Now I remember. Because that's why I was like, well, what the fuck? That's why I never really, but that's just par for the course. That's par for the course for the Israeli government, right? I'm not going to say Israel. I'm talking about the Israeli, the motherfuckers that's running shit. Netanyahu and them. They are a problem. Netanyahu been a problem. But anyway, let me go on ahead and get this workout done. You know what I mean? So I can get my day started. So just, and that's why it had been months. That's why I forgot about it. It had been months. In April, Israel attacked the Iranian embassy. That is a direct strike against Iran, y'all. And Iran retaliated. Iran retaliated by striking Israel. I mean, what else did they expect them to do? So then, after months and months and months of all this proxy shit going on in this shadow war, Israel finally decided to take it upon itself to strike at Iranian military bases. Now they probably could have did a much more. They probably could have caused a more devastating attack, but again, they know they don't really have the standing, right, to cause such great devastation in an attack against Iran. So what they're hoping is that they'll strike these military bases. Iran does another strike, maybe a little bit more escalated, so that they can then start getting it cracking. That's what I think is going on. Yes, how dare they defend themselves? Exactly. Oh, if you defend yourself, I'm going to retaliate. That's how that sounds, y'all. That's how that sounds. So now we got to the bottom of why Israel attacked Iran. Why did this happen? Because they're saying that Iran is supporting the Houthi rebels in Lebanon, and they're supporting Hamas in Palestine to attack Israel They're giving them funding and technology and weapons. And so they attacked the embassy of the Iranian embassy. Iran attacked Israel almost immediately after that in April. Months and months and months and months of this shit between Iran and Lebanon and Palestine going on. And then finally in October, Israel strikes military bases in Iran. And I think Iran is going to probably play it smart, right? They're saying that it wasn't that much because Iran does not see. I don't think Iran is going to directly strike against Israel after this. What I think is going to happen is they're going to say, like they said, we had 2 soldiers killed. I mean, it wasn't that, it was minimal damage. And so they're probably not going to launch a retaliatory attack against Israel. So that's really going to put Israel in a bad position. They're going to want to continue to escalate, but I don't think Iran is going to give them what they want. That's what I hope, actually. I actually hope that Iran does not strike against Israel and that this shit can just stop. That's what I want to happen. I don't want Iran to retaliate against Israel so that Israel can just level shit. I don't want that. I want Iran to keep its cool. All right, we lost 2 soldiers. We got some damage on military bases. I don't think Israel was really trying to cause that much devastation. I think they were just trying to poke the bear so that they can escalate. Well, I don't think Iran is going to escalate. I think they're smarter than that. I think they're going to sit back and say, and then this shit in Lebanon. I mean, how they can't keep that up. Israel cannot keep leveling Lebanon. There's only so much of Lebanon they can fucking destroy. So they want to keep destroying shit. So if they don't have any reason or cause to, then they're going to have to stop the bullshit. I don't think they want to stop the bullshit. Anyway, thank you, Sunshine, for telling people to hit the like button. Anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe, and hopefully this shit don't escalate too much further, and we can just mind our own business and focus on what we got going on here, right here in the United States, and be like that. Exactly. And that's funny because we're much more powerful and more bigger than Israel, but we, like you said, lapdogs. Anyway, but there's a reason for that. Because there's a lot of different shit going on in the United States in terms of who's in power. But that's a whole nother story and a whole nother live for another day. Anyway, much love, like, share, subscribe, and we're going to keep marching forward toward freedom. Peace.